watch Dallas. We'll see.
Yo, what up? What's good? Day 2 of free agency, man. We back in the building. Um, we got one signing today. Will Harris. Um, and Jeremy McNichols brought him back. Bates and Zach Ertz officially signed their new contracts. So they are back in the building. What else, man? Zach Ertz had his press conference earlier. It was like 7:50 or 8:00 in the morning. He must have gotten that joint early. We was live earlier talking about gains and losses when the Will Harris news broke. What's up, dog? What's up, Radar? Yeah, dog, you missed a little bit, just a little bit. We signed back Jeremy McNichols. We signed Will Harris, a safety from the Saints. Did a little something on him earlier because we was streaming when the news broke. So that was exciting. That's about it. That's about it, man. And I like this I like this Smith move even more. Now that had some more time to watch a little more, research a little more, read some quotes from reporters from down there, some players, some fans. Seeing like he's a nice guy. What he's able to do, he's able to play all over the secondary. He's able to play on the boundary. He's able to play in the box. He's able to play at free safety, strong safety, slot. He's able to do it all. And not that he's able to do it, but he actually did do it, especially last year. Y'all know how I am, man. The furthest I go back is 2 years, but really the previous year. Like, what have you done the previous year? That's what I'm pretty much looking at. I don't want to look 3 years ago what you was able to do. That doesn't do anything for me. You got older, and all those good stuff. So that really doesn't do nothing for me. My man Slim is in the business. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Yo. What's good, man?
What's the word? What's the word, people?
Chilling, man. Hey, Hawk, don't come with that foolishness today, Hawk. No, sir. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Y'all just catching dog tied up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did I say Will Smith? Maybe I did say Will Smith. I've been calling him Will Smith all day. Will Harris. The safety from the Saints. Will Harris. I gotta keep saying Will Harris.
He gonna be all right. I think he gonna be all right.
Yeah, I do too, man. Like, I don't think like the chin not resigning, it doesn't phase me anymore.
No,
Like I think like if he don't, like he covers that hole. Only thing that don't really line up is the age.
yeah, and I mean like the age I'm not really tripping off because like unless you draft your safety and develop him, like that's a position. It's a weird position like running back, like tight end, where the value's not crazy. So unless you gotta guy that you drafted that turns into a baller, you're gonna have these type of guys back there. And DQ always have had these type of guys when he don't have a Cam Chancellor and a Earl Thomas, like he getting Marquise Bells in the late rounds of the draft, and he's always converting hybrid safety linebackers and stuff like that. So a guy that plays more, he's a little bit more versatile than Chin. He wasn't going to give you, the same type of production with the same type of athleticism. Like
Yeah, I mean, and like not only that, he does things that Chin can't do. Right?
can't
He can
do.
cover the slot, he can cover the boundary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can do all those things.
Yeah.
And he's
Nah.
done it like this last year. That's why I can't wait to watch the tape. On some of his games from last year. But he's violent.
Yeah, that's the one thing that everybody kind of agrees on. But then I'm seeing some folks say that he's a good man coverage guy, played well in the slot, but just the Saints being so bad, he had to move, he had to play so many different snaps and different alignments and stuff like that. So hey man, 29 is not bad, man. Give me 2 good years, maybe three, you know what I mean, where we can just give us time to find our safety, you know what I mean? Whether that be through the draft, through the draft and things like that. I ain't really tripping off that. Yo,
That's dog
appreciate you,
time.
Derek.
That's dog time.
Oh yeah, my boy dog.
Like so, and the only thing with Chin is I bet I'm for sure we not going safety, especially
Early.
early in this
Yeah,
draft,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
But with Will Harris, I'm like, maybe. I mean, it's like 60-40 that we not, but there's still a chance that we will because he signed a 2-year deal, right?
Yeah, I think
Like 10 million or something like that.
I think that depends on what else they do at corner, right? Because he can't play slot. So do they like Mikey outside? Are they gonna, kind of use Quan and Will as, Swiss Army knives? How they gonna go about that? How much do they like Tyler Owens? We know he's uber athletic, right?
Hmm.
Safety is a position where we've seen guys in later rounds make a name for themselves. So only time will tell. As they continue to shape the roster, we'll get some more insight into just how much they like Will Harris. Because
Hmm.
as the price tag is the only thing that makes me think, all right, well maybe they still could draft a safety like Nick Emenwari if he was to drop or something like that. But the production in comparison to Chen, I don't see why he wouldn't come over here to start. It give you a cheap option, and you can spend a lot more resources to this D line where we really need the help at, and then in that corner where you really want to spend dollars at, not at safety. So
I agree. What's up, CeeLo?
CeeLo,
What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
hey man, I can't call it, man. It's a nice day in Maryland, man. Nice little 70 degrees out here.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. We just talking about Will Harris. Um, what he can bring. I was just, we was just talking like I'm cool with the chin joint now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just looking at the numbers, like the few little highlights. I'm looking at some of the quotes from the players, from some reporters down there, um, some fans, and I can't wait to watch the tape. And looking at the numbers, they kind of compare. I mean, actually, in some of the most important categories, Will Harris is kind of better. You know what I'm saying? And then he can do that additional thing, playing in a slot. He can play boundary. Like he can do all of those things. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is the age. And I was saying if we would have got Chin back, CeeLo, I would be like, oh yeah, we definitely not going safety. Right. But being as though we have him, I'm like 60-40, where 40 is we may go safety.
Yeah, man. I think the more I think about this signing, it just reminds me that, man, like Adam Peters and that staff, they be in their bag. They be in their deep. It's not a just names recognition kind of front office. They're looking at tape. They're looking at, you know, the best fit for their scheme and system. So that's what I thought. When we got Chen, I mean, yeah, we got Chen last year in Louisville. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that's interesting. Like, they weren't big name additions, but they were perfect for what we were doing. So I just trust that they know who they want and how they want to deploy them. And it may not be, the Fungus of the world, et cetera, et cetera. It may end up being some of these guys that are a little bit maybe older, maybe a little bit different, that we weren't thinking about, but it could work out. So I'm giving them that benefit of the doubt right now just to see, how this all plays out. Again, this is one piece, right? Let's see who else they bring in terms of the secondary. Let's see who else they bring in to compete. And I think it's gonna be a competition thing too. Like, it's nothing, no one's given anything outside of maybe, Louvu Wagner and like the Deron Payne, but I think everyone else is kind of open from a competitive perspective. So that's how I kind of see the move, especially at that price tag and that age, to your point. So yeah, I'm not really tripping on it too much, but I'm curious. I like it. I like what he can do. I like what he can do.
It's crazy. Like I told y'all, like starting this podcast and stuff, like with family and stuff like that, and the challenges of getting them to get on board and all that. But finally, and I don't know, man, like once he turned the video on, I just started getting all these emotions, man. Like, it's crazy because like we've been talking about it for a while, man. But like I told y'all, I know I told you like about my god brother, we're more like brothers, man. And when I told y'all when I was in 11th grade, my mom got in that horrible accident, and I started staying. Then I started getting picked up from school and all that. From a car, I always had to do Metro. I told y'all about all that, man. But my brother Greg, man, bring him up here. It's crazy, but I'm extremely excited to have you on, bruh. You know how much I care. I love you. Been a long way since 3rd grade, man. What's up, man? My brother Greg. What's good, man? Oh, you gotta do the audio, man. Make sure the audio on at the mute button. Nope. Not yet. Still can't hear you. Yeah, just look for the audio jump. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Have him on here. Yeah, but and this is some of the things we will definitely talk about is every like, bro. I heard earlier, like, and I know this your man CeeLo. Like, they cut C-Rod like 6 times this year. They cut him like 6 times, bro. How is he RB1 all of a sudden in the same running back room in the off season? That's insane, bro. Oh, Justin Reed to the Saints. I didn't even see that.
Good.
3 years, 31 million.
I don't need them getting enticed by none of them fraudulent acquisitions.
Yep, Justin Reed, the Saints, 3 years, 31 million, 22 guaranteed. Yeah, go ahead, CeeLo. What you about to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I agree, man. I think the C-Rod story yet to be written, boy. He can't go away. So we're gonna see what his running back room looking like.
Yeah, they brought him and McNichols back, so we got our whole running back room back.
I think we should draft.
We do.
Yeah, I think we should draft
as of March.
I think they will, but it'll be interesting to see who they cut out of the 4.
But that's the thing though. Like we often talk about, we still have to remember a lot of times when we in free agency, us as fans, we kind of thinking about the 53, right? But it's really 90. So a lot of the acquisitions and the signings that we see now, they might just be camp baddies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when people say, "Oh yeah, they about to cut B-Rob," Like, why we got 5 running backs? What you mean? Like, we need 5 running backs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think we're gonna go to camp with 3 running backs? No, it don't work like that. We might have 6. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the number that you need going into camp. So I'll be surprised if they move off from B-Rob, especially having. I mean, this is his contract year, and most times this is when you get the most out of players. But like, we come back to you, Greg. What do you think his market would look like if they try to move off of him, like try to trade him?
Like what do you mean? Like what is value? What
Yeah, like his value. You think they can get a 5th round, a 6th round?
We got Debo for a 5th round, but I don't know, because I don't feel like Robinson really not worth too much. So maybe probably like a late draft pick, probably like 5th or 6th round. Yeah, we would. I don't know though.
So was it what third round? I think we got to be right on the 3rd
round. I don't think he's worth a 3rd round.
Nah, not no way near.
Yeah.
I think you'll be. I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
But you know how it is. People go other places.
If it ain't a top tier back, he's not getting traded.
No, he's no.
Nobody trading for a running back unless they're a bona fide stud. You know what I mean? Because other than that, you can go pick up a running back off the couch in the middle of the season and he produce for you if you got the right scheme fit and everything like that. So ain't nobody trading for B-Rob, unfortunately.
And I don't see. Go ahead, Sheila.
I was just gonna say, the NFL is weird unless there's some like former running back coach or a coach that really liked him when they drafted him, or a coach that was with them in Alabama. That's kind of how the NFL. So if we can find a connection, then maybe you might get a trade market. Otherwise, he's not. I mean, it sounds kind of low, but he's just not that valuable in terms of running backs in his league.
I don't think he is either.
Because I'm trying to think of a running back that got traded that wasn't like a top tier back or hadn't just gone through like some some off the field stuff like a Kareem Hunt or something. But even then, they was all top tier at the time.
What was the dude that went from the Vikings to Buffalo? Not tripping. Was that a trade?
You kind of going in and out, low.
From Vikings to Buffalo.
You kind of going in and out.
From the Vikings to Buffalo.
The Vikings.
Madison.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Yeah.
You talking about Madison? I think Madison. I'm pretty sure Madison was free agent because I believe he played for the Raiders too.
Yeah, man. I don't think.
It was Dalvin Cook.
Oh, I was about to say
Dalvin. Yeah.
I was going to say
that was a post draft trade. It was like May 26th trade.
What'd they get from him? But Dalvin Cook was good, but I think he had those health injuries.
He had the injuries, but when healthy, he's still a different tier back than B-Rob.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely Dalvin Cook was that guy for a couple seasons.
I could see them depending on the type of running back we get. I could see them moving on from any of our running backs for real. Cause like they solid guys, like they all help, they all can, add.
Is that me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, it don't trip. All right. Yeah, Madison was on the Vikings to the Raiders free agency last year. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think we're definitely I don't think we're gonna get anything for B-Rob. I don't think they're trying to move him. Like this regime has I think a indirect way of telling you how they feel about certain players, bro. And I think B-Rob is one of those players that they're high on. but I think they understand they need to upgrade that room. But now when you bring in someone like Laramie Tunsil, if you move Coleman down the guard, that helps that O line out a lot.
Definitely.
And we can't forget, like, I mean, just remember what B-Rod was doing before he got hurt, bro. Like he was leading the league, or at least top 3 in rushing before he went down. I mean, if he would have kept that up all the way through the year, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think
tough,
that's
man.
one of the issues is his health. He's missed a few games.
Yeah, I think he kept trying to come back too early, I think. And it just wasn't right, man. I mean, even the games he played in, some of those, at least 2 or 3 of those games, he only played either the first quarter or the first half. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, but I definitely think we get a running back this upcoming draft. I mean, is deep up to the 4th round. So we don't have a third. So I just don't know where we're gonna actually grab that running back. Man, what's up, super fan? I think it depends what type of back we draft, power speed, because I do think we draft someone. I definitely think it's a speed back. It's gonna be someone with speed. When you think about Omari Hampton and Genty, Neal, I think Neal is the closest thing to power, but he also has speed. So that's gonna be interesting. It also depends when they're gonna go running back. I don't know. Oh, he was definitely a better back, Hawk. So what y'all think, man? Let's just say we kind of everything as far as the running back room, wide receiver room, it kind of stay as is. They may add another wide receiver, I'm sure, but nobody to get too excited about. What do you all think is a higher need, running back or wide receiver?
Running back.
Jay need the person he get a ball to take plays off. Reliable person. Brian Robinson, you said how he led the NFL, but talking about his games, him getting taken out the games, or maybe it was because it's low production. I think it's about the second half of most of them games that nigga wasn't really needed like that. I don't think because it's low production. I mean, that's just my opinion from watching the games, but maybe this offensive line upgrade, give him more opportunities.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, at least 2 of those games, he kind of got, like you said, like bench for performance or injury, however you want to call it. You wasn't in the game. C-Rock came in that joint and just kind of took off, got some big runs, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden we see you come back in later in the game. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, like when I was talking to the guy last week, when I mentioned the running backs in the draft, he thought I was talking about the running backs room. And he's like, "You think we got a deep running back room?" But he thought I was talking about the running back room. I was talking about the draft. So that goes to tell you how they kind of feel, like the word and the whispering going around Ashburn about how they really feel about these running backs. I just don't think it's enough to like move off of B-Rock, but I definitely think they're going to go for an RB1 in this upcoming draft. What's up, Marius? This might be your first time comment. We appreciate you, man. We got to get more explosive, especially at running back, but we really don't have any explosive offensive weapons. I disagree with that. What about you, Slim, running back or wide receiver?
I'm probably say running back, because we added Debo, and I'm not high on him as an individual, but I do like the fit.
Mm-hmm.
And because we just got so little production from individuals as a whole outside of Terry last year, receiving wise, like he going to basic. I think Debo should probably have about what Noah, Diami, and Luke, all 3 of them had put together last year, like far as his all-purpose yards and touchdowns, stuff like that. So I think the wide receiver room will get a substantial uptick in production just off of the matchups and the ways that Debo can take advantage. And then like with running back, we just need somebody that can make life easier. Like we can't keep doing the 10, 12, 15 play drives as often as we did last season. Like we need somebody
Mhm.
that can just take one and take it to the crib, and defense could be coming onto the field. So I think the need is more at running back, because I think at wide receiver you just need a complementary piece, but at running back you either need a pure home run threat or you need a lead back, and make B Rob and Eckler pure complementary pieces, and then you just got a lot of depth with C Rob, McNichols, etc. on the practice squad. So I'm gonna go running back.
Yeah, dog tag said Devin Neal, but I don't know if he's gonna be there in the if he's gonna be there in the fourth, bro. Like,
It depends on when that run on running back start.
yeah. That's interesting, man. I mean, Pittsburgh, they just got a wide receiver, so that put them in the market for a running back. The Jaguars put them in
The
the market for a
Raiders,
running back. The Raiders, the Cowboys.
the Browns. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
I think I think late second round going into the third round is when you'll start to see folks really starting to pluck them dudes, because a lot of them, other than Omarion and Genty, nobody really see like first round grades on the rest of them, but a lot of them are just really good for that second, third round range. So it depends on that and there. But I think it'll be guys in the fourth or fifth round that can come in and just produce day one. Running back is that kind of position. So, long as our scouting team do what they supposed to do, we should be able to just plug and play a guy, especially with the offensive line upgrades. The mismatch we get from having a scrambling quarterback as lethal as ours, that's always going to make life easier on a running back. So,
Yeah. Mo, I think this is your first time comment. Appreciate you, man. Jada Byers, running back out of Virginia Union. I have not heard about him, but let me write it down. But I just don't know, man. Like it's tough. Dog Tie said it's an FCS. Is Virginia Union an FCS? Nah,
Yeah,
it is.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
he said he led all running
yeah,
backs for
FBS,
FBS and all purpose yards. So,
but it's that competition factor too, though.
yeah. But running back, I feel like is one of them positions, like no matter the competition they going up against, you can watch the film and see if a guy is good, like if he really got it, or if you know what I mean, or if he just a good back. Because what was the guy that was what was the small guy out of Buffalo that was just running crazy yards on folks, and I don't think he really panned out in the league. I can't remember his name. He was from one of them small schools though, but he was running up 202. He was running up Ashton Genty numbers. I remember his last year before he was draft eligible. I can't think of the name of the running back right now.
Yeah, I don't remember. Edge Floyd got signed. Man, he got signed quick. They just cut him like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but Falcons is desperate for edge rush, and he was going to be cheaper than other options, so they grabbed him up quick.
Well, let me see. I gotta do this.
And I think he had like 8.5 last year, Leonard Floyd.
He's at 8.5, 3 out of the last 5, I think.
Okay, yeah. Nah, he's a good Robin to whoever your star pass rusher is. He's always been good on the opposite end.
Yeah, they got a lot of running backs too. Now I heard of him.
Yeah, two in common. That's my guy. I mean, he got some
Yeah.
fumbling issues, but I'm just.
Oh, Cuddy says a D2.
I'm gonna put my
not FC. Okay.
I'm gonna put my faith in two in common getting those fumbling issues down before he get to the league, because he's a hooper.
That's what's gonna push him down. What's up, Lamont? Let AP Cook with signing Harris. We should be able to stop Barkley. Yeah, we'll see. Youngin ain't gonna be scared of him. Jared Patterson. See, here you go with that. See, I told you don't start that
I mean,
crazy
shoot,
stuff, bro.
the way they off season going, we're gonna be able to put up some points.
Yeah, they lost a lot, bro. Especially on defense. Trey Hendrickson is still out there. We'll see how that moves. Super Bowl, here we come. With Will Harris. I got you. What's up, champ? Running back room needs speed and vision. Training camp open battle.
That trade deal
I
might
think our
not.
cap is at like 32 million right now. Expected cap.
Yeah,
Supposed to be.
something like
I
that.
think it's like at 32 million now. But yeah, man, let's go back. Let's look over some of these moves while we still got Greg in the building. What's your favorite move so far, man?
That's me.
Huh?
The left tackle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
The
Larry Johnson.
that's gotta be Tunsil.
Yeah,
Really.
gotta be.
Gotta be Tunsil because like it just came out of nowhere. Like we all expecting the edge rusher trade and to get a premier tier one left tackle for the next 3 to 5 years like that. It upgraded 2 positions on the O line with one player because wherever Coleman go is going to be an upgrade, whether that's right tackle or left guard. And yeah, man, we can get back to seeing, like I think with having Tunsil and now moving Coleman, it just allows for a lot of the things that Cliff wanted to do on the boundaries to have a lot, have some more success consistently than it did last year. Because last season we seen weeks where them boundary screens and stuff like that they would hit, and then other weeks we'd be like, all right, Cliff, like stop running them. They not working today. So I think just having more athletic O linemen across the front will help with that, and it'll help with the run game as well. So
Cuddy crazy, yeah. He says Asian messing up the church's money. Can he get a first round pick?
I think after the Tunsil trade, they might just be waiting until after the draft.
Yeah, Caleb Johnson is another one, Marius. Is another one I like. It's a lot, man. It's a
I
lot.
mean, it's really, I would have to find a running back that I don't like in this class. Like they all pretty good. They all, do some good things. And with the quarterback and the offense we got, like I don't need a Bijan or a Jameer Gibbs. Like I would like to get one of those, but like I'm pretty sure any running back we draft is going to come here and thrive.
So, how you feeling about the all season so far, Greg? Are you on a crash out with Adam Peters, or are you let Adam Peters cook?
Hey, he cooking. I'm kind of salty we didn't get Miles Garrett. That didn't go like
Man, that bum man, he got bad ankles, man.
he was gonna do something here. But I mean, I'm super happy we got a solid left tackle. My only worry is why was he traded? Do Houston know something about him that we don't know? Like, I mean, we'll see though. Time will tell. But
Yeah.
the guy from what's the guy name from the Jets we picked up, interior rusher?
Kinlaw.
Oh yeah, Kinlaw.
I thought
Kinlaw.
I would think that we'd be so focused on the edges, but we just gonna see how that work out. Debo, I don't know. Debo, he hit the Eagles like like all us do. So,
yeah. So we're gonna bring another Kayla. Gonna join. I'll bring Kayla up in a second. But like, so these are the rumors so far, right? From reporters, fans, some teammates or whatever. The issue was the culture, not the culture in the team, but the culture in the offensive line room. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't even know what that means. But everyone loves him, but he's not a leader, right? He's not a leader. And then you have this new OC coming in, right? So the culture of the O-line, they didn't really like Nico. I'm not Nico.
D'Amico.
Yeah, D'Amico. Yeah, Nico. Yeah, Nico. He said he wants to build a younger culture for the O-line. So building a younger culture is not telling me that something is wrong with the actual, culture itself. It just say like if you want to get younger, because look, like think about it, because they still think he can play, right? Elite left tackles play well into their 30s. We see it over and over again, right? They got CJ coming up, they got Will Anderson coming up, they got I always want to call him Sauce, Stingley. They got him coming up, and they got some other players coming up. Like they ain't gonna be able to pay him, but at the same time, bro, man, I don't know, man. They wilding. Like this dude is still elite, and they say he lazy in the run game and all that. So I can't wait to watch the tape. But we'll see.
If you're gonna be top third of starting tackles in the run game, and that's lazy, I can only imagine what you're gonna do when you get in this building and you reinvigorate it. And you know what I'm saying? Because like, it's one thing for your head coach to be the rah-rah guy that we know D'Amico is and be, spearheading the culture movement. It's another thing for the whole building to be set up that way, right? And again, like, we don't need you to come here and be no leader. We need you to be an elite left tackle. We got plenty of leadership in the building. So you come over here and play ball, cut down them penalties, you ain't gonna have to ask us to pay you. We're gonna be lying. We're gonna be ready to give you a bag. So
yeah. Kayla, you ready, Kayla?
I just think he's been a polarizing player since the gas mask on draft day. So
yeah. Which pushed him down. That was crazy.
Yeah.
For this audio. Kayla, you ready, Kayla? Let me know if you're ready, Kayla.
The thing that's funny to me, Deuce, is they only trying to trade him the year of or the year before it's time for him to get new money. When he under contract and not in a position to ask for new money, nobody got a problem with his top 5 played in. But when it's time for him to re-up and get a new bag, that's when it's like, oh, well, he ain't this, he ain't that, penalties this. It's like, well, anybody can find negative reasons why they needed to move on from somebody that they knew they was never paying from the get-go.
Yeah, and that was the same thing in Miami too.
Yeah.
And they probably cleaned that lineup in Houston. They were the second most sacks last year. So
yeah, and it wasn't on him though.
Shit definitely wasn't on him. Just from the little bit of clips we seen, it couldn't have been him.
I think he, as far as pressures, what was he, number 2 after Johnson, like 2.3, and Lane Johnson was like 2.1.
I don't think he been nothing less than number 4 in
Cuddy said only gave up 2 sacks.
Pass block win rates.
Yeah, Cuddy said only gave up 2 sacks. Kayla, I'm gonna bring you up. I don't know if you.
And my quarterback got way
to the Cardinals.
My quarterback got way better pocket presence than CJ. So
Jacoby Brissett to the Cardinals.
Ooh.
They having such a stinky all season, man.
Jacoby Brissett.
Like the Cardinals they just love building a flawed roster. Like I don't know what it is. Like they don't never just be terrible, but they roster is always super flawed to where it's like they not finna do nothing. Like they not finna do nothing but be exciting, upset a couple of teams. You know what I'm saying? And then
all right, Kayla, you up here?
Right back here next offseason.
FYI, Kayla,
you gotta turn the camera on. I see a black screen.
Let's see. Do you think Adam only seen? Oh, to your point, Greg. So like that wasn't your somebody was talking about. Oh, Cuddy was talking about the big contract. Yeah, he is looking for one. Like, all right. So what you think about this, bro? His 2025 salary is 21.3, $10 million bonus, right? 2026 is 21.3, same as 2025. But no guaranteed money. So you get 10 million guaranteed 2025 plus the 21. 26, he gets 21 with no guarantees. It's no way I mean, I can see him playing on the 25 with the 10 million guaranteed, but I don't know, bro.
He not playing that 26 year.
I know that. I know he ain't playing that joke.
Yeah, that
But
ain't his
is
MO.
Yeah.
And at some point, Deuce, when do you just
You gotta flip your camera, Kayla. Go ahead.
whether you agree with it or not, like at some point you just gotta respect the consistency of the guy, man. Like if he ain't never given you no less play than top 5 in the league, and he not about to play on, like, we got guys like John Allen who has fallen off a cliff at his age, right? And didn't want to play a season with no guaranteed money. So a guy that's playing our premier position and playing it at an elite level, like, yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
the awkward part
they
is
talk
probably
about
so, but I
they
don't
talk
know.
about his leadership, but they slap their captaincy on him. Like, and none of it's making sense to me.
I don't see it, Trey. Where you see that at, Trey? Oh, I see it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that team. This coaching staff cleaned up, false stop. So, CeeLo, I think we talked about this last night, and here's where I am when it comes to the false starts. It really depends on the crew that you get, right? Because out of those 16 penalties, what, like 9 or 10 of them was false starts?
Yep.
And it's not like mental false
Six
starts.
of
It's
them
just
was in one
him
game.
doing what tackles
Or
do.
four
They
of them.
try to get that extra little edge to get out or have, a quarter of a second earlier. So it depends on the crew that day, right? CeeLo, what you think?
I agree.
CeeLo got it.
I mean, I agree. I think. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, I think it's all about the crew, and it's also about a little bit about the player, making sure you're holding his water. But like I think we talked about it before. I think our offense will help him out the way we do a little muddle huddle. We do a lot of not necessarily hurry up offense. We don't do much at all anyway. So I feel like our cadence is a little bit simpler for linemen to be able to snap the ball and jump on sides, if you will. So yeah, I think in a bunch of other procedural penalties, I'll be a little bit concerned, but not a concern for me.
And me, I just think, bro, like, when you can't trust the guy next to you, you trying to get off like perfect every snap. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to, because you don't know if you got to overcompensate for the dude next to you on any given snap. So that don't help.
Yeah, CeeLo Green was horrible, bro. And I know that ain't his first name,
But
that's what
it wasn't even just him.
he
It's
was horrible,
anybody they
bro.
put at
He
any of them other 4 positions through the whole season.
Man, that dude, man, we talking about, man, they wasted a pick on Kenyon Green. Didn't they pick him like top 15?
Top 20. No, I know he was in that 15, that 13 to 20 range. I don't remember exactly when, because I think that was the year they had 2 first-round picks.
Before stop putting the Redzone, a bunch of others. Yeah, we had a lot of those early in the year. He gonna ball out this year to get a new deal. I'm interested. I'm interested to see if he gonna play on that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want him to go to Arizona. Can you imagine like him and Kyler Murray in the same quarterback room? Like that's so odd. You know?
Him and Jacoby.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna be weird, man. But hey, man, I guess Jacoby, he said he tired of having to play. Let me just get a contract. That's it.
Hey, Chop Shop, what's up, man? He said 2 things can be true. He can be a good player and still set bad examples off the field.
But hey, Chop, we got enough leaders and structure in our building, bro. We need talent.
Yeah, we need time. We need crash outs,
talent,
bro.
man.
Lattimore is a
Everybody
crash
can't
out.
be.
I need him to perform, though. And we need another. Look, I don't know, Javon Kinlaw. He definitely looks like a crash out.
I know he'll crash out from his opening presser coming into the league for the 49ers. I wanted him from South Carolina from the get-go. So, hey, man, just give me something. Like I said, just give us something.
I ain't know he spent some time here in DC too growing up.
Yeah, Kinlaw did. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had a tough child. I think he was homeless when he was
Yeah, I
here.
remember
Some
that
other stuff.
from the San Francisco introductory press.
Yeah.
Because he had one of them joints that like his story was so profound it like went viral.
Yeah.
His rookie year.
Yo, Bobby Slowick. Yeah, he went from a top 3 head coaching candidate to
He was right there with
at CVS somewhere. I
he
don't know
was
where
right
he
there
at
with
right now.
Ben Johnson and Mike McDonald that one off season. He was right there with them. Him
That's
and
what I'm
Ben
saying.
Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was top 3. He was everybody wanted him. He decided to stay, and look how they rewarded him. That's crazy.
And they blame
What's
him.
up,
They
Plumber?
blame him heavy.
Commander Loin, what's good? Ken Law is a psycho, and that's how I like my D lineman. For sure, man. All right, let me ask you this. We can start with you, Greg. The wide receiver room. I think we still need a number 2. I don't think Debo is a number 2. He's a weapon guy, jack of all trades, Army Swiss knife, whatever you want to call him. That's who he is. I still think we need a number 2. What you think?
No, I think Debo gonna he'll be a solid decoy over on the other side for McLaurin. But I'm trying to figure out what about Luke McCaffrey? He coming back this year?
Yeah.
Like he need to step up. Maybe that's why they want to try and sign Dion because I guess they see something in McCaffrey, but we need some production out of him. But I think he's gonna be a good decoy as far as route running, but because I just know he's more of a screen guy, short pass. I don't know about him beating defenders deep.
I mean, he has some good. Said 100 was too high. He was projected to go 120 range. Y'all need to stop that stuff.
We didn't have a 4th round pick.
I know, yeah, I know. Dog that.
The draft is very situation dependent.
Yeah. So like there were a lot of metrics, right? About his separation, getting separation throughout the year. Like he was always high on separation. But but you really couldn't tell, or Jaden was just throwing it to somebody earlier than him. But there were times going back and when we watched the tape, watched every game, there were times that Luke was running wide open down the sideline. You know what I'm saying? But Jaden ain't get and like I don't understand it. Like I don't understand it because they was at the park at 5:00 in the morning all summer. Together all summer, getting there at 5:00. Like, what were they doing at 5:30 in the morning? That Jaden is not looking at this dude, bro.
They just even when he do look at, they just wasn't connecting. Like for whatever reason, the Pittsburgh game he missed them. A couple of other games he would miss them. The Bengals game, Luke couldn't get into the end zone. The Cardinals game, Luke couldn't get into the end zone. It's tough, man. But I think. To your original question, I think you do want to still bring in another wide receiver so that you're not reliant on Luke's production. Like you want Luke's development to kind of just be organic. So if he's getting better, great. If he's, taking snaps away from people, great. But you don't want to have to rely on him. And, like Greg said, for what we're going to use Debo for, like he does line up outside a lot more than I assumed he did. I thought he lined up in the slot a lot more than he does, but since he lines up out wide, I mean, you do want either another home run threat or another route running guy because I think that Terry is a blend of route running and deep threat ability. So you get another burner on the other side or a
see
cup.
what it looks like.
Goodwin
signed back with the Bucks,
Marius.
With the Bucks. And I don't think Cup is officially released yet.
He's not released till tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't even think that but because they can still release him. They was only holding on to him because they was trying to get a trade out.
Yeah, they said
they can release him whenever, but and somebody can actually sign him now if they release him. Because he's still under contract with the team.
I think they said they was waiting until the new league year start to officially release him. They was going to try to trade him.
Gotta trade him, yeah. But that's just gonna he ain't gonna get nothing from him. He ain't get nothing from him now. Not at all.
Not the day before.
What's up, Dustin? Commander Lord Jaden had to get the ball out fast. Coleman got beat a lot. I heard they are working out. Come on, man. No,
Coleman got beat a lot. Like
I'm not doing the Gallup thing. No, sir.
But why not say the O line as a whole?
They're gonna
would give
bring
you that
back
time?
Hale
Like to
Noah
just
and draft
pick
the
on
wide
Coleman
receiver.
is so weird, bro. Like I don't know why we do this as fans. Like,
what's up, Jay?
What's good? What it do? What's up, everybody?
What's good, man?
What's going
Kayla,
on?
how are you, Kayla?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You doing good? So what you think, Kay? What you think about Will Harris? Because I keep saying Will Smith, bro. What you think about Will Harris, Kay?
For the clips I've seen so far, he looks solid with his defense. He's arriving violently like they want. He's very versatile. He's playing big. He's wanting to get to the running back, which we've been wanting for a while. Players to actually hit running backs and get them down. He may not do it often, but we've seen the clips I've seen him do something to a few running backs. And being physical with the CD Lamb just being there, he can still develop as well. I think it's going to be a solid situation for him. That being said, I still believe we can still draft us another young safety to pair up with him. Maybe the safety from Penn State, Pitt Winston Jr. or Xavier Watts. Or maybe Starks if he's still there, but I doubt Starks will still be there.
Yeah, that's my guy right there.
I think you can still pair 1-2 go with that to have like a little safety trio with him, Martin, and then a rookie we bring in.
So what do you think about the running back room, Kayla? You ready to trade B-Rob? Cut him?
Like this is not going to be the starting running back room to start the season. Some things want to change. Like they're going to draft a guy. Some guys going to get cut. I don't believe we start the season with both McNichols and Chris Rodriguez. I don't think that's happening. You got guys that got to play during preseason. You got guys that work during the summertime with each other. Like these guys been around. I don't think they're going to the way the running back room was last year. I don't think this front office is set on just keeping the same running backs for next season.
Yeah, because that's what it is. What's up, Jay, man? We was just talking about Luke. How you feel about Luke, man?
Man, Luke is my boy, man. I was pretty excited for him. Obviously, being a McCaffrey brother and everything. Didn't go quite according to plan, I'm sure. Last year, he had a couple opportunities, couldn't capitalize like Diami was able to. But I think you really just have to give guys time. Not everybody's gonna pop off in the first year. I'm not giving up on Alex. I'm not giving up on Luke just yet. And I don't really think people should be giving up on him because he was kind of doing the dirty work. He was kind of earning his spot. You got to earn your stripes, right? And when he got on the field, he was showing high energy, high motor, blocking. And never complaining, doing his part. And I feel like he just has to keep developing himself as a receiver. And we'll see what happens. But
Belante, you need to relax, bro.
I got a big eye on him in year 2.
Yeah, I too, man. Like,
yeah,
people have to do something.
Yeah, I got an eye on him and a number of guys for real in year 2.
What he had last year? Maybe like 200 yards, maybe.
I don't think he had that.
Not even. He might have had like 90 something. Let me see. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Just give me like 400.
Oh, actually, okay, he did have close to 200. He had 168 yards.
Yeah, just double that. Just give me double that.
Yeah, which is not crazy, right? If he's able to double 170, you're looking pretty good in your second year.
Production from this year, pretty much.
Yeah.
He said he had a Diami special.
That's if he's the wide receiver 4. If it's just him, Debo, and Terry, I need more than 400 yards.
I need more than that. It can't be like I don't even like the way that looks. Like,
but if he the wide receiver 4, that's fine.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is him being able to get open. And when he's not in the passing game, just being able to block. And both of those things he was able to do.
Bro, trying to trade everybody.
They got like 6 fifth-round picks or something like that. Them and the Eagles got all the 5th-round picks.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to him. So, Greg, before you go, man, what about the quarterback? How you feeling about Mariota?
Is that backup? It's solid backup. I mean, take Jaden. That's all I say. Don't ourselves in a predicament when we need to use him, except in the preseason or when the score is, highly in our favors. I mean,
let me see. I be trying. What do you say? I be trying to trade Luke to San
I feel
Fran.
like Marcus Mariota kind of did his job. Like if he at this point, if he had to kind of run off into the sunset, fade away from Jaden, that would be fine.
But it's nothing else. I mean, what we got? We got Minnesota, right? Minnesota, right? Minnesota.
You talking about teams we got to play next year?
No. They don't have a quarterback.
They don't have my fault. Yeah. Okay.
Minnesota don't have a quarterback, right?
No, the Browns.
They got JJ.
Because I mean, well, he had to have that second surgery, so I don't know when he gonna be ready. But they said the off season. I mean, they said spring.
A quarterback spot open in general.
Yeah, like somebody he can start because I don't think he'll go nowhere to be a backup. If that's his only option, I think he'll come back here, get $10-11 million to be a backup here.
Yeah, I think at this point he's looking to be a starter again, and if not, he might end up staying.
Yeah, he's not going back to the Titans. Like
I don't know where he goes. Titans drafting a quarterback. Browns got Pickett. Steelers getting
I think
a quarterback.
The Browns go quarterback.
The Giants
Steelers and Giants both about to get a quarterback. I think the Giants about to get A-Rod and Steelers about to get Russ back.
And Danny went to the Colts, so that scratches their itch.
The Raiders got Geno.
The Raiders, and that was my only fear for real was the Raiders. I mean, you got Chip Kelly there. West Coast probably need a stopgap, but they got Geno, about to pay him $40 million, which is insane.
Yeah, so there's not really many starting opportunities.
I think Choda will be back. Yeah. I like Choda. I like what Choda. I like Choda's role in the building last year. Seeing him in that. I think it was the Falcons game.
Yeah.
That little clip with him and Jaden, and Jaden speak highly of him. So if Jaden speak highly of you, Slim ain't got no problem bringing you back.
Give me that Devo pick.
On several occasions too, Jaden spoke highly of him unprovoked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
he's a good culture fit for sure.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
Real quick with Timothy, with Quan, we can still add another safety to the room. Like, we need a safety who can get interceptions, a ball hawk type of safety. Quan's still developing and solid. But we can still add to the room. We can't just go with two safeties. We still would have to have competition in camp. But we still have to add to the team to fill out the roster.
What does he play? Is he a free safety or does he play?
Quan?
He's Quan's a DB.
Yeah, he's a DB. Like he played free safety out of necessity. Like we didn't have nobody else.
And he's played
right. So he played free safety. Right. Illinois, coming in the draft, he was the best slot corner in the draft. Similar to Mikey, best slot corner. He also played the boundary at Illinois. So he can play all over.
Does he have a preferred position? Like, has he ever said out his own mouth like what he likes to do the most on the field?
I don't think so. I can't verify that. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I wonder where they like him at, because he played a lot of free safety, like you said, last year. But do they like him at that spot?
We gonna find out, right? Yeah. Like, because they didn't do anything this offseason to make me think they don't. If they would have, and another thing about reports and stuff, like we got to be careful, man. Like, no one saw this Tunsil thing out of. No one saw this. No one saw the Kinlaw. Like nobody saw this, right? And because we had top three money, every big name person that's out there, we're going to be linked to, and people are going to link our names. Ain't nobody like, bro. The only way that it is if we call the agent, say, hey, look, what is he looking for? That right there is automatically agent saying, yeah, the Commanders are asking for him, so they put the rumors out, right? But it could have just been a field thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, having said that, because they didn't bring nobody in, like Holland or whatever, I think that says a lot about how they feel about Quan at free safety.
And I think it says a lot about every every organization values certain positions differently, and if they just don't see safety as a position they spending big dollars at, unless it's a guy that they draft and develop, then that's just a philosophy I don't mind it being the
Yeah.
case. Like if we just gonna have, you know, stopgap type of safeties, like it is what it is. Safety is one of those positions. It's really hard to hit on safety in this league. So unless you know hit on your Derwin James or whoever, like you're gonna have fluctuation at safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think safety is a non-premium position. So it's very replaceable. And that's why like I wanted Chin back, but at the same time, you know, I
I
really
don't think
wasn't
it's
tripping too
worth the
much
bank
when
for
he ended
either.
up signing somewhere, especially now that we got Will Harris and I did a quick deep dive into him. I'm like, bro, the value is tremendous here because he's giving you very similar production for literally half the cost. So it's like I
and
understand.
he can add the slot coverage and the boundary coverage.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then that was just my initial deep dive, like not including what Saints fans that actually watch him play all year have to say about him, which has all been positive. They've all said great things about him. So you combine the numbers plus the anecdotes from the actual Saints fans watching him, is all positive. It paints a good picture of why it was a good signing.
I like it.
And another thing I said on X about this free agency, but just free agency in general, big player does not equal big production. Plain and
Big
simple.
names, yep, you're right.
Big player does not equal big
That's a
production.
fact.
Yeah, game over name, game over name.
Mhm.
And also game over age. Game over age. Production over age.
Mm.
Everybody's always worried about how old a player is. I care more about if that player is still producing.
You need a
And how
blend
they're
though,
taking
man.
care of
You
their
always need a
body as
blend. You
well.
don't never want to be the oldest team or the youngest team. You know what I mean? Like maybe in the NBA you might could get away with being the youngest team a little bit more, right? Because one player has so much impact on winning and losing. So if you got one of the young superstars, then like maybe it's fine. But like in the NFL, you don't want to be the youngest team, like because
Yeah, you need
at
a
some point
need
you're
a
gonna have
mixture,
to.
man. I
At
don't I
some
don't
point,
I don't I don't focus on like um down the line as much, right?
yeah.
I'm looking at next year and this previous year, right? If I'm bringing someone in that's 30 and they just came off a good year, then all right, come out here and ball out. Maybe I can hold a pick on this position till next year, or maybe I can go around later and kind of develop somebody behind them. I'm
Mm,
trying to win. I'm trying to
And,
win now, and I'm trying to win 2-3 years from now.
and you
So
see,
it's a you got to balance it out.
AP's philosophy in general is just that he's not about to spend. I mean, he's not about to bring in free agents for longer than a year to three, unless you might luck up and find you a Luvu, right? A guy like that in free agency that really sticks around. O linemen typically might be guys that end up sticking around like Biotish. But other than that, it's just guys that are placeholders until you draft your guy at that position. So I
agreed.
love Adams' philosophy. That's why it's like, okay, yeah, some of the signings we not gonna get behind, we not gonna like them, and they might flame out. Like that's gonna happen. He's gonna have some duds, right? But when the overall philosophy makes as much sense as it does overall, that 9 times out of 10 that we're going to see the good parts of it. So like even if Javon Kinlaw isn't great, even if he's bad, like just let me get the most out of him
Yeah.
than the two teams before him, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's just get the most out of these guys while they're here. And if they don't prove to be long lasting pieces, like long as 5 here, we good.
Um,
Yeah.
Shout out to Greg, my brother, man. Appreciate you for coming on, man. Um,
I see there's some chatter
in
about Cup
in,
in
in
the
this
in the chat.
in this space, man, to actually have family members. I absolutely appreciate you, man. Love you.
No,
I'm get up with you, get you back on here. It's your first time too, man. How I feel though? Was it how you expected? Was it
yeah,
different?
I just got to tighten up a little bit, get a little bit more. Look, I need to be on my phone and have my computer beside me. So I can
It's not as easy. Like
a little bit.
that's what I first thought. Like I did like we're gonna go back. The first time I did it was like an opening, right? And it was a long time ago. On what I was gonna talk about. Man, I was talk about everything from sports to life and all this other stuff. And I did it was like 7 minutes. I'm like, man, it's easy. So I came back to do an actual like show bro. I couldn't think of nothing. I had long pauses. Like the stuff I wrote down, I went through it too fast and talked through too fast. So I think for 8-9 months, I did like 2-3 episodes, bro.
Wow.
So that it takes time, man. Like it takes time. But it's cool. Once you get the feel of it, once you can, do it more and more, it becomes second nature. And just like at the barbershop. That's all it is. Just like at the barbershop.
It's
Repetition.
Yep. All right, man. I get up with you, man.
all right.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So like, what they talking about Cup? Because I know, because we were talking about Cup earlier. Because they can cut him whenever. I thought like they can release him because he's under contract next year too. So they don't have to wait to next tomorrow unless it's something to deal with money or something. But they could just release him.
Yeah, and if they do, shit, I'm interested for sure. I think he's not what he used to be 2 years ago, but even right now, he's still a good receiver, a solid player, and
Yeah, I mean he still
still,
had like 600-700 yards, didn't he?
yeah, and that was
Yeah,
with
give me
injury. He
that.
was injured half the season, I think. So,
And he got Puka on the other side.
yeah, so we got Debo out there, we got Terry out there. If we had Cup out there too, there's no one player that they can, hone in on defense,
And
right?
he
So,
cooked
Two for the John.
yeah.
yeah,
I think
and the snow, that snow game, he had himself a little bit of a game, I thought. So,
they
Mitch was good.
perfectly complement each other, him, Terry, and Debo, because they don't do the same thing. Feel like a lot of our wide receiver rooms in the past have had redundancies as far as skill set. So to have three guys that all do something different, I think will mesh well. It will allow for Cliff to really get in his bag with, where he lining guys up and the route combinations and things like that. So I'm all for Cup now. I didn't really care for Cup and Debo at the beginning, but bringing them in together, um, I
it makes a lot of
definitely
sense.
get behind that. I just expect my wide receiver and coaches to make wide receivers my quarterback and coaches to make wide receivers look better than what they are
Right.
as individual talents to begin with. So I'll never really be upset over a wide receiver pick. It might not be Slim's preference, but you can't have one of these elite quarterbacks and then be worried about who they throwing to at the end of the day, in my opinion.
So
Yeah,
Kayla, what else you think? What else you want out of this free agency? This first tier or first wave, my bad. This first wave of free agency.
Well, still want a guard. We do still need a guard if we can get a guard. We need an edge. And with the corner list available, I'm looking more towards the draft. You can never every team is not a perfect team. There's always going to be a hole or two. I'm okay if cornerback two was our only hole on defense this year, or next year we get our edge rusher. Like I'm okay with that, one or the other. Like we either get another. We definitely need an edge rusher, a corner, and a guard. Honestly, and we still got 3 wide receiver spots still open. But the main 3 things to me is corner, edge, and another guard.
Shout out to Mitch. Clap for Mitch. Shout out to him, man. He was the first subscriber to the community, and we got a few yesterday. We got CJ, we got Cash, Kamish, couple others. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate y'all. So Micah Becton, is he with the Saints or is he not?
He's a free agent right now. UFA.
Yeah, so I thought earlier I saw something about him signing with the Saints for 2 years. I
Oh,
don't know, bro.
maybe I missed that.
Nah, but we was talking about it earlier, and everyone was no. You still say it? Or maybe I don't know.
Man,
I thought I saw it. I
with
don't
so
know.
many of these fraudulent accounts.
Yeah, somebody probably said that off of like
Mhm.
Miss Janet had us in here yesterday. Going, well, we was going crazy. It was like, hold up, Miss Janet. Well, we don't see that nowhere.
Yeah,
We don't see that. Hold up, Miss
she said
Janet.
Russell Wilson to the Giants worth
Yeah, that's what it
35 mil.
was.
I said, hold on.
Wait a minute. We was laughing. We was laughing the blue people out, bro. I hope no blue people saw that and clipped that joke. We was laughing them out, yeah.
And it's
It was
crazy
like,
because they still might end up with Russ. Like Aaron and Russ is like
yeah,
the
either going
Giants
to
and
be
the
the Giants
Steelers.
and the Steelers.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
whoever.
crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Would you take a
I don't
flyer
miss
on?
those days in the quarterback
Not at
wilderness
all.
at all. Like at
We've been
all.
saved. We've been saved from that.
Goodness, bro.
Kayla, as far as you said a guard. Would you take a flyer on like a Zeitler from the Lions?
Right now, if
That's a
Becton
bad
Becton
dude.
is
He just
still
old.
available, so
That's what I
Becton
was about to say. How old is he?
He kind of
Becton is still
old, but he was
available.
really good.
The two guards I wanted in free agency were Mekhi Becton and Will Fries. Um,
He got a
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, Will
Yeah, I'm about
Fries
to
is
say, don't
gone.
nobody got
yeah, I know.
88 for Will Fries. He could put them fries in a bag because
I
I done
know.
got it. I done got it.
Yo,
Oh
he got
God.
that bag,
Yeah,
boy.
Man, he
there's the
got
two
that.
guards
He
for
He
got a
me.
got
bag of
That's
fries.
food
the
bucks.
position of need, honestly.
But yeah, how old is he? Like he
He's
got to be like
35.
30. Yeah, I'm about to say 34,
He's
35.
35.
Yeah,
But
Zeitler was.
last season he was a
Like,
very highly rated guard before he
Yeah, but
got
I mean, he
injured.
was old when he was leaving Baltimore.
but I don't care. You can play, man. Hey, if you
Nah,
Hey,
got
that's
good
what I'm
and
looking in
remember,
front
saying.
of
we
you.
only
That's what
He's
I'm
need
older. He
saying.
knows how
Like,
to take care of his
yeah, we
and
body.
only
you,
need a
He's older.
stopgap
Take care of his
until
body.
about
He
like
breaks the
week
ball
4,
down.
week 6.
I don't know who
yeah,
Possibly
Nick
to be
Nick
back by week
Needham is.
6.
and like you said, Deuce, like we don't bring more than 1 or 2 year deals here anyway. So it's like we could get a 1 maybe 2 year deal out of him. He's playing at a high level, even though he's 35 years old. Like, he was like the third best rated guard last season.
I think for anything for him and those older guys, they're not already on the team. They probably like, look, man, call me in July,
Yeah.
August.
I ain't,
I'll be
call me
ready.
before camp. You know what I'm saying? Call me before camp. I'm enjoying my time with the fam. They real life taking vacations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I hear
definitely
that.
O line corner would be good. Breeze, let's bring in Coach Close. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, man? How y'all living?
How
Coach,
you feeling,
what's
what up?
man?
What
up,
up?
coach?
Man, life is lifing right now. That's for sure.
I heard that.
I think that 29th pick gonna be a different team by the time we get to that pick. Let me ask you this, Coach.
I don't think we picking at 29.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Right, this we're gonna talk about. Let me ask you this: is there any player, any prospect that's available at 29 that you stay at 29 for?
No. I think after you get outside the top 10, it's like, the draft is so weak across the board. It really is. This is not the draft where you're looking for. This isn't the draft of last year. This isn't the draft even of 2020. This draft is probably one of the worst draft classes in totality.
That's why I say we could get a kicker in the 7th.
I mean, it's not. You're not. I don't see any like true blue chip or now you're going to find somebody. Somebody's going to make it out, but I just don't see it. That's why I think they've been. I think that's the reason why AP's been so lenient with the picks this year, just to let him go. He knows that. I mean, there's no way that you don't know that with the way he's just like, oh, here you go. You want it? Here you go. Like he was giving up premium picks. You bring in Lattimore for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You're giving up premium picks because you know that what this draft class offers you is not what you're looking for. Overall in free agency, you see this free agent class really isn't offering much either. Overall, like this first wave of free agency hasn't been spectacular side. It's just kind of a meh type of offseason overall when it comes to trying to look for those guys in the draft. I just don't see it. If you get in the top 10, good job. Congratulations for being so bad to be able to get a Travis Hunter. But there's no guy that I'm sitting there and like, man, I can't wait. I guess you can try to go get one of your edges, like maybe Green might be there, but I just don't see where the mustard is, or just the beef in that portion of the draft.
What about you, Kayla?
Yeah, I don't think
Anybody sitting there, you be like, nah, I can't move back off this.
Yeah, I've been saying trade down for a while. Trade back, get more picks for a while. We still need some, like, if we still got to get a running back. We still got, if we can't get a Zeitler or another guard, we still need to get a guard or to add to the offensive line. Just get the Tunsil.
Even with Brandon Coleman possibly moving the guard, because I think they're actually higher
for Allegretti and also depth wise.
Yeah, because I think they're higher on Wiley than we are.
100%.
So I think he goes to guard. Then you got Allegretti over there, I guess, till Cosme gets back.
Yep.
But I just don't know how much of a priority guard is going to be in the draft, especially if we don't get more picks, like you said, Kayla.
I think they filled it. I mean, I think they filled it with that trade with getting Tunsil. That filled it. That filled your guard position. You're right. You're going to kick. You're going to kick Coleman inside. 100%. Coleman's inside. Biotish. Yep. Biotish that center.
That one move filled too.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
You can argue it filled 3.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Right, because left tackle. Right, we were thinking it was going to be Brandon Coleman possibly. He gets to move, and now we have a left tackle. And if you are able to move Brandon Coleman to Allegretti's spot, then you might be able to move him to right guard if you don't get another guard to replace. So that is 3 positions right there. And then on the right side with Wiley, when like you said, they're kind of higher on Wiley, even though we think that he's a scheme. He's doing better because of scheme, not because he's actually like improved himself.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think if you want, you could actually move Coleman if you still want to develop him as a tackle to right tackle, and then bring Wiley back inside, which is what I think that was his natural position anyway. Before he came to DC, I think Wiley was a guard or was playing guard at some point. I think there's a lot of flexibility that Tunsil brings to the offensive line. And I think now, if you absolutely had to roster a team as of right now, you can do that, with Tunsil as far as your offensive line.
How far are you willing to go back, Kayla?
Maybe like
because I think of mine, the further you go back, the closer the second pick will be. But the shorter you go back, the further the second pick will be. So like you go back 2 spots, you ain't getting no second and third.
I'm trying no further than like 38. Like no further than 38.
Yeah, I say I'm thinking 37. So
yeah. What you thinking, Dwayne?
I just don't see in general. If I'm AP, I'm pulling the trigger and trading for Hendrickson. And the reason I say that is I just don't see what are you looking for. And you're saying you're looking for a running back. I mean, a lot of these players are going to get drafted simply because the draft is so bad. Like if you pull some of these running backs you pulled them in the draft last year, do they go in the same position? You know what I'm saying? That's why I look at it. You look at some of these. You're going to look at these quarterbacks that are going to get drafted. Shadur is not a first round pick a year ago. I don't think so. And with the draft class the way it is, unless he just gets taken,
he's absolutely QB6.
Last draft,
yeah, QB.
Yeah, for sure better than
no, the running back class. You're right, Caleb. The running back class is absolutely better. The defensive tackles are better. I think the linebackers are better for sure. I think the safeties are better. So like, just to pin this, I know this ain't got nothing to do with the Commander. South, I'm not putting your comment up there because why are you on X for one? And you have this obsession with Percy Butler.
Post about that man all day.
So we got Caleb, you got Jaden, and I'm not going by talent, I'm just going by how they was drafted. You got Caleb, you got Jaden, you got Drake, you got Master P, you got JJ. Oh, is it Bo? No, JJ then Bo Nix.
And then Bo was the last pick.
Yeah, so
last
that's
quarterback.
6. I don't think Shooter's a better prospect than any one of those.
You'll
He's
say a
for sure.
shooter.
He's
Only argument is Jay.
for sure a better prospect than Bo Nix.
You think? I
Shador?
don't
Come
know,
on, man.
No,
No.
I don't think he better
I'm
than
not look
Shador.
like
Better
this.
prospect.
I'm not gonna fuss with you. I'm not gonna debate with you.
Bo Nix would have been a worse prospect just off being a super senior, and your claim to fame came from you being in school forever and
But that
thinking
was
and
his
dunking.
advantage. That's why he was
That is
so
absolutely an
highly,
advantage.
Yeah, I
vetted
mean he got better
because he
every
had
year.
Why?
that.
Too.
So if it was an advantage, why did he go after everybody else in his draft class?
What do you mean?
I don't think he was better.
Nobody was
prospect.
expecting the Falcons
except
to do
for
what they
JJ.
did.
I thought he was a better prospect than JJ, but the
Did-
rest of them, I didn't think he was a better prospect.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I
But
agree.
only
So Shador is not better than any of the top 4. JJ, I'll give you JJ the nod because of youth. There's no way nobody's going to act like him and Bo Nix is a preference thing. Like Bo Nix was not. That's hindsight. Like y'all seen that man play in the NFL, and y'all, I'm nobody.
Nah, I disagree because like
coming into
even
the league, coming into the draft, he is not a better prospect than Shador.
So where would you? How many years did Jaden play in college? If you want to put that aspect on it, spin on it. How many years did Jaden play in college?
I mean,
A lot.
6.
So he was a super senior too, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
look at Jaden compared to Bo Nix.
Yeah, they in whole
I'm talking
different.
But you're saying that how do you benefit from that? That's why I'm just saying that aspect.
No,
of it,
no,
just
I'm
so
not
Yeah, I mean,
saying-
I think that cancels out. But I think with Bo Nix is that like even the things he was doing in college, right? Like he was
He was a Heisman runner-up.
I think the legs, like him being an athlete, is what I think separates them two. And he had that coming into the NFL last year.
He was a Heisman runner-up,
that's where
wasn't he?
But yeah, he was. But that's the thing. Like I'm not. I mean, so was Shooter, right? Shooter was a Heisman.
No, he wasn't Heisman runner-up.
No, he
Sadunzi
wasn't.
was.
He wasn't in Heisman.
He wasn't in the Heisman race. Okay.
No.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like I won't debate it, but I think him being athletic was the key to what I'm talking about. Like I don't think Shooter's that much of a better, in a sense, like quarterback all around when you add in all 3 phases of the game.
No,
not I wouldn't say that much, but I would say that he's better. He was a better prospect than.
Yeah, that's why I say I wouldn't debate you. Like that's why I say I wouldn't debate you. Like all right, cool. You would take like I wouldn't debate it at all.
Yeah, but he definitely not better than the 4 guys. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's definitely better than JJ to me.
Say it again, Caleb.
I think he's better than JJ to me, though. I was never hot.
So
Yeah,
how many?
I got a bias against JJ, so I'm gonna.
Yeah,
How many picks do we have now in the
5.
2025 draft?
Yep, 5.
We have 5 picks.
Yeah. The normal allotment, no third. I mean, no 4th and no 6th. Or no
third.
No
We got a
third
4th now.
and
We got 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7.
No 3rd and no
1,
5th.
2,
No 3 or
1,
5.
2, 4, 6, and 7.
Okay.
All right, so I think that the Slim, if somebody there's 29, is there anybody there at 29 that you would absolutely stay?
I mean, yeah, it's 2 people, but I don't think either of them will be there at 29.
Okay.
And that's Golden, the wide receiver, or Membu, the tackle, but neither one of them gonna be there after they combines. And
that'd be interesting though if they still pick up a tackle with the first couple picks.
I can't see it.
Because if they do that, they automatically telling Wiley you moving the guard.
Listen,
that's automatic, bro.
I mean, like I would
like Josh Simmons if he falls.
But Armand Membu, there's no way you're leaving him on the board, bro. There's no way. I'm sorry.
What's up, Deuce? Real things your first time commenting.
Because if you got Membu, Coleman, and Tunsil with Biotish, who ain't old, and Cosme coming back,
this
bro,
is
like
interesting.
You good on the O line, like you good for a time.
This is interesting right here. Did you give your player, Jay?
No, I didn't. If I had to give a player though, it'd be Will Johnson. That's who I'm gonna say. Because if he falls, there's rumors, there's talks that he could fall. Some people have been less enthused by him recently. All the injuries.
I mean, even Luther, Trey Harris, like all those guys has been back and forth. Burden, like I don't know,
for me,
man.
I can't pick a receiver. I can't I can't not trade
You
back
know, the Mickey fans,
because
the
any
Mickey fans
receiver
be
in this
saying that.
draft is available because of who my quarterback is.
Yeah,
Right?
so
It has to
basically O
be.
line.
But Golden, I think Golden, he's a
Will be
baller.
one of
So
the
one Deuce has this. Hopefully Cleveland passes on a QB at 2, and Jackson Dahl is still available on the board at 29. And Cleveland offers their second and extra picks. That's something that we can bank on. Like trying to get that 5th round pick on Jackson Dart if he's still sitting there. If ain't no other teams ahead of us is willing, that's something I definitely would be willing to do, depending on because the Browns putting this right back at the top of the second, right? So they won't be doing it because they don't think he would be there. They would be trying to do it to get that 5th-year option.
Yeah, but I honestly believe the Browns end up finally getting a quarterback at 2.
I don't
And
think
then
they will.
Dart, I think Dart can go to the Steelers, the Rams.
No, it's no
No,
way
he
they
ain't
take
going to the
quarterback
Steelers.
at
He
2
ain't going
after
to the
got
Rams.
they just traded for
Yeah, the
Keenan.
Rams got Garoppolo for a year. The Steelers definitely ain't doing it.
Ashton
What's
Davis.
a position that we absolutely have to come out of the draft with?
Kind of play defense. Go ahead, Dwayne. You can take that, coach.
I'm still working on the defensive side of the ball. So I think if you're going to make that swing, you try to find your edge rusher. Maybe that
Who's
position.
Westbrook?
So we absolutely need to draft
Westbrook
the rusher.
Akine, the
Yeah, I
Titans
think
wide receiver.
yeah, Ikine, yeah. So Ikine Westbrook, yeah, he's a receiver of the Titans. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think it's got to be on edge. I mean, I just don't see, unless you make the trade for Hendrickson, then you might be able to pivot to corner to get that your other guy, whoever you might think that is. That's the one thing I will say when it comes to the draft. I truly trust AP in what he's doing because if you really look at the last draft class, the only person right now that you can say that he truly didn't hit on was Sinat. So right now, because we don't know what Ben brings to the table as of yet, he still has to develop. But you can't really say he's like everybody else has played meaningful snaps. Every single one of them have played
Not
meaningful
Dominic
snaps.
Campbell. McGee's been
I
injured.
mean, he was injured, so
Yeah,
you're right. So we
and
got
McGee too.
so the two linebackers, and then you have Sinat.
But it's because of injury, though. To your point,
that's correct.
Because I think the only reason Jay, close your mic, close your ears. The only reason Jamin lasted that long was because McGee was hurt.
That is correct.
I truly believe that, bro.
That is correct.
You try to find a spot to put him on that defense.
So
I truly believe that.
Yeah, he'll be an interesting guy to watch in camp this year.
And that's what made Forbes last year expendable because everybody saw what Mikey could do real quick. It made Forbes really expendable. And like I don't need you. What do I need you for?
Hey, bro, can y'all believe
Forbes made himself expendable?
Yeah, he made himself expendable.
But I mean, Mikey helped.
Bro, can y'all believe like CeeLo crashes out about this all the time? Can you believe we don't have to worry about no 5th-year options until Jaden's?
That's crazy.
Wow,
that's crazy, bro.
I mean, that just tells you how bad
that's
Ron did.
Insane.
Like, that's not a good stat.
Total incompetent.
Not at all. But hey, he got his Jade, so shout out to Ron. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up for Ron.
It was a method to the madness.
Yeah, clap it up for Ron, man.
Like, just hearing the story coming out that the fact that they had a argument in the war room between getting Gonzalez and between Gonzalez and Forbes. I can't believe that was an argument. I died on the hill.
To the Commanders.
Hey man,
I'm not surprised.
It just goes to show you that these war rooms be sounding just like spaces. It be some casuals.
Man,
I got a question about a pick that we picked last year. Like, how do y'all see his development? Like, he played a little bit throughout the season. I know he's a later round pick. Like, how do y'all see him going into year 2? Just like, I'm not taking like a huge step. You think Jean-Baptiste can take a step this season?
Comp picks just got released.
Yeah, Deuce just said that none came to Washington.
None.
I wasn't able to see too much about Baptiste. So I'm gonna have to let someone else take that one.
I mean, he flashed a couple times. Some games, you know, he made a play here and there. But I don't know. We gotta,
Rotational guys just be
yeah,
better
here
than
come
what
next year.
Cleveland Furl and FAO Bada and them type of
Who,
guys been
bro?
doing.
Don't even
You're
bring that name up.
you're a 7th-round pick. I ain't expecting you to turn into
Cleveland
no
Farrell.
starter.
I ain't know what that dude did. I ain't know what he did through half the season.
Who
I shouldn't
Cleveland?
believe he
I ain't
started.
know
I
if he was
shouldn't believe
hurt.
he
I ain't
started
know
that
if he
He
long.
was
a
hurt or
rose
what,
ball.
bro.
He ran
I
rose
cannot
ball.
believe he
The
started
one
that
sack
long.
he got was Deron Payne. That was really Deron Payne because
Payne
he
Yep.
sack.
he
Yeah.
rushed the dude. I remember
And
that.
and
Ever since then, I don't know what happened, bro.
and on top of that,
Yeah.
it's like we brought you in to be our edge setting DN, and you couldn't even get on the field to
None
do
of the
that.
defensive ends could set the edge. Let's be honest. Like none of them could. Not a single
Yeah.
one could set the edge.
Fowler is too small. He can't do it.
Mm-mm.
And maybe Dorrance is really a rotational guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he was hitting a little stride before he got
Capo.
hurt. He did good in the playoffs, but
I told Capo that.
I think
he's
we may end up bringing Fowler back though, because I don't think he has a big market.
yeah. I want to
I would
bring him
love
back.
to, but I don't know if he gonna.
Passing situations.
I
I don't.
know. See, I know Dante. Like I know Dante personally. I don't know that he's coming back after he tweeted what he tweeted. I could see him just not coming back just because.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
We need to leave that liquor alone.
I think he'll
Mexico.
come. I think he'll if the money because he's looking for 10 million a year, and teams I don't think teams are going to offer him that. He is a pass rush specialist. That is he. I don't think he can give you any more than that. I just don't. I don't see it. I haven't seen it. This is the most productive that he's been. He got to start after because Cleveland Farrell started the first couple of games, and then they turned it over to Fowler took over, and when it came
Never
to
looked
run
back.
situations, my goodness, dude, you cannot set the edge for nothing. He
No,
couldn't do it.
yeah, bro. Ain't nobody set the edge.
No,
Fowler deserves a contract, but I don't think we should go in a bidding war for him.
We're
Same thing
not.
with Diami. I don't think we go in a bidding war. Hey, your number, like, bro, what did we offer Chin?
Chin? Oh yeah.
I don't think did we
Bro,
offer him?
yeah, I'm quite sure they
We
gave him a
offered him.
number. I'm quite sure they gave him a
What
number.
did he get? What did he get from the
2
Raiders?
year,
He got 2 years, 16.
He got $8 million AAV.
And what we give? Will Harris 5?
Literally half
Two
of
at
that.
2 at 10.
2 year 8.
Yeah, 2 year 8. I
Hey,
think
I
he
like
could
Year
get up to
8
10.
and Chin got 2 years 16.
Yep.
We probably offered Chin like 6-7 mil.
I think Harris is an upgrade though, and the
He
reason I
said
say
no.
it from he's versatile.
Ooh,
I think
I
that's
like
where
to
what it
hear
comes
that.
down to. I think
Yeah,
he's
I
an
do
upgrade.
too. Yeah,
I think he'll upgrade because he saved you however many $1 million to do the same.
I don't think he's like a upgrade, right?
Yeah.
I think
It's a
like
like
he
for like.
definitely fills the hole. I'm not worried about the Chin leaving anymore. Like that's not a concern
It
to me anymore.
maintains the level. We'll see how much
Exactly, but he does add the ability to cover in the slot,
Yep.
the ability to cover in a boundary, and he's a good man coverage, right? So and he's a hitter. You know what I'm saying? And the people love him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he has an all black profile pic.
I
and
think
he wear 5, so
Nevada don't have income taxes.
Yeah, they call him Big Hit Will.
I think it's
and
going to be real.
you gotta think us being the team that you had a breakout season for, us offering you 8 ain't the same as another team offering you 8.
Yeah.
Yep, we talked about that last year, right? Because this is home. So you offer me 8 and somebody else because you're supposed to give me a little bit more because we have a relationship. Like this what the player is thinking. But the team is thinking, well, you should come with us because we gave you an opportunity last year, blah, blah, blah. So
And
those never end well.
AP come into the offseason every
He
position.
probably like, ain't no reason to call me back. Like that's just the
all-
number.
he
When you
put
call me
every
back, just let
position-
me know yes or no.
He
That's
put
it.
every position up on that board. He put $7 million next to safety. We not spending no more than $7 million on safety, and that's what it was.
Yeah, Julian
But I
Black
mean, like,
is still available.
and when it comes to NFL roster building, man, you gotta move that shrewd.
Mhm.
You got to.
The only thing about Julian Black, like I'm done with the safeties as far as, I mean, unless they're able to get Simmons, then that's a different story. But
Simmons is the only safety
yeah,
that
I'm
we
not.
need to be
I'm done with the
even
safeties as
worried
far as
about
free
getting.
agency. I mean, let they bring in some people for depth. Yeah, cool. But
How did De'Ami Brown get more than Nick Westbrook-Akine?
oh,
Easily.
what can they get?
He just signed for 2 years, $6.5 million.
With who?
Where?
With the Dolphins.
That's what De'Ami was supposed to get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
De'Ami got
got
paid.
He
He
was
got
way
paid off.
more productive.
It's a
He was
I mean,
Jaguar.
well,
way
he ain't
more
got to pay
productive.
taxes
I
though.
mean,
right?
De'Ami got paid off for playoffs. Let's be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
got
he
paid
ain't
off
got
for
to pay
playoffs.
taxes. Taxes. He ain't got to pay
Like,
taxes on
And
that
9
six.
touchdowns.
And it's
Still
the
keep your boy
Jaguars.
He got
But
$10
De'Ami don't got to pay
million
taxes either.
for 1 year,
Jaguars
and Nick
cough up
got
that bread when they
Somebody, y'all
can.
see somebody on the timeline with like six. He owed Jaden $6 million of that 8 of that 10.
bro,
That
because he
8,
put
10.
that he put the ball on the ground in the playoffs. Like that's where he got paid. He made a fantastic. Did a great job in playoffs. I can't take that outside that Philly game. He played great.
He said
I
a
can't
side
take that
grade
away
than
from
an
him.
upgrade.
So I
But,
agree. That's
to me,
crazy.
The
That's
Nick
crazy
actually
because
I mean, how much
Nick.
money did Chin lose with that missed tackle?
I guess
Sheesh.
On the
four.
what was
I
it? The
guess
first
8
rush
million.
of the game.
first play of the game from scrimmage for
That
Philly.
was an $8 million missed tackle. Shit.
Oh
For
man,
real.
wide receivers that are still free agents that are not. I don't think none of them that's out there now expecting a lot of money. I mean, even Cup. I mean, he's made a lot of money.
Nah, ain't nobody.
I mean, you got
Man,
Stephon Diggs, you got
ain't
Keenan
nobody out
Allen.
here
He's
Cooper's out
not.
making more
there.
than
I
10
don't know. I
mil.
don't even know where he's at. He's probably not even going to personal training. Like who knows where he's at in his recovery.
Man, he
Stephon,
about
he
to
out
be
there
on Love. Bro
partying.
about to be on Love and Hip Hop.
Yep. Dancing with the Stars and one of them Jones.
Yeah, bro. Bro about to be somebody's NFL boyfriend on one of them reality shows.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think Cup is probably. I don't think he's gonna be active. I'm trying to think if there's any younger wide receivers still out there.
Deontay Johnson, he's
Yeah,
relatively
he's
He's
past
the heck
crash out.
He's
Yeah,
not a crash out.
he's
He's a detriment.
he's past crash out.
He's a detriment. See,
No, I thought Pittsburgh. Oh, and Pittsburgh was petty, bro. They signed they signed him off waivers just because he couldn't play on a playoff team. How petty is that?
But they said a lot of, like, we know George Pickens came into the league as kind of, you know, a YM, but they said Deontay played a lot into it being exacerbated, like, in the league. Like, they say he was not, you know, a good mentor for Pickens coming in because, you know, they had just got rid of AB and everything like that. So they said Deontay didn't help. And then like a crash out is a guy that just kind of, you know, can get a little physical with I mean, like, crashing out against the opposition, right? Or might be a little bit more animated when things don't go their way, that type of crash out. But when you're a detriment to the locker room or a detriment to your team, like, that's beyond a crash out. That's a cancer. And that's what Deontay got. Like, a crash out to me is like a Josh Norman. You know what I'm saying? Like, Josh Norman was a crash out. Like, he would do some things erratically, but it was never like into detriment to his team. Like, you know, if anything, it galvanized guys. So
yeah.
Appreciate all y'all, man. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. Check it. Somebody said that it wasn't working properly, so if you can check that like button, see if it's working properly. He said StreamYard crashed out.
Yeah.
Hit that like button for me. No, Dustin. Yeah, it might be a lateral move, but see, he comes to work on time, and all his kids is over 18, so he can stay late.
Amen.
So there you go, Dustin.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
What I like for the lack of picks that we have in the draft, and for the amount of cap that we came into free agency with, I guess my question is, what's the rationale behind the lack of aggressiveness that you guys would say for our ball club so far?
26 free agents.
I wouldn't even say that.
26.
Yeah, we still got to bring a lot of people back at the draft. But you got to take a certain amount into the season. We might got maybe some extensions,
and like
maybe still a big move to make.
still gotta
I
reshuffle
think
I
teams.
mean, you
you
got
still
to
got this.
you might got to pay Tunzu,
I think you
but
still
if you
got Trey
do,
Hendrickson.
yeah, I mean,
That
what if
could
you
be
trade for him? You
possible,
got to pay him. I
right?
mean,
And I think
Curry, yeah, like
Yep.
if you extend Curry, maybe you can front
get some
load him
more. Yeah.
if you got the space.
And I
Now,
think just to what Coach has been saying a lot, I mean, like this is just not an off season where it's things that's worth being aggressive for. Like,
Mm-mm. It's
Fair.
not. It's
you know
not.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this
I,
not
I,
a
I
this
feel the same way. There was a lot of stuff I wasn't interested in.
yeah, and the stuff that you did feel to be aggressive for, you're gonna be aggressive. But again, like our GM ain't selling his soul for no one player. So like as good as we thought DJ Reed and these guys Ward and all these guys were, like the money that they were getting paid day one clearly was dollar amounts that AP just wasn't willing to hand out. And
Yep. If this was the
don't
same
do
free
that.
agent class from last year, this year, AP would be going crazy. Let's be honest with that assessment. If this was the Washington Commanders coming off the NFC Championship with Jaden Daniels,
oh,
with
we
that,
definitely get Saquon. Saquon definitely comes.
bro,
Here.
I'm
Oh yeah,
telling
yeah,
you
yeah,
right
yeah.
now,
Saquon definitely
I'm
comes
telling you right
here,
now,
bro.
Washington goes crazy
You
in
get
the
Saquon
in the
definitely
trade.
comes.
you
Are you
probably
kidding
would
me?
have been.
Like,
Yeah,
there's,
yeah,
come on,
yeah.
bro, come on. Like,
They
there's
say
levels
maybe
to
the
it. We gotta
price per
understand that.
production isn't adding up. Yeah, man.
Damn, yeah, you
Like,
had quite a bit last year. You had Xavier McKinney, you had
You had Diggs
freaking
without
Michael
an injury.
Onwenu,
You had Diggs without an
Daniil
injury
Hunter,
available.
Josh Jacobs, Patrick Queen, Aziz Ali, I can't even say his
yeah,
name.
he crashed
Al-Shaair.
out. Like,
Saquon
yeah.
Saquon Barkley,
Saquon, Derrick Henry.
Tyler Badass, Derrick
Yeah, we
Henry.
got
God
him.
damn, you had a lot of free agents, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would've went crazy.
And the
Yeah, for
A lot
draft
of
sure.
good
and the
ones.
draft was way
Oh
better
yeah, the
far
draft was
as
crazy.
blue chip
yeah.
players, like as
Mhm.
potential blue
It's
chip
just
players.
not
Like
there.
this draft, I feel like where everybody speaks to the depth is depth for team building. You're not going to get too many like franchise or like game changing players out of this draft.
Yeah, and you
Mhm.
Yeah,
look at the free agency, and you're talking about Ken. Like, I know everybody's been like, I can't believe you paid Kinlaw all that money.
It wasn't a lot of money.
Who drafted Kinlaw?
He did.
the
Adam Peters.
Niners.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Adam
who's the,
Peters was there.
Adam Peters was there. So you think he knows him a little bit? That kind of
Yeah.
help. And I think scheme wise, I don't know if it was shared in the chat, but that elephant position that elephant in that our boy DQ likes to have to help with the kind of curb the run game. I think there's more because you have Newton. You're going to use Johnny Newton, and I would assume um, Payne might be your starters unless you're paying Kinlaw to actually be your starter at tackle. And it could be you say, oh, you give him all that
I
money,
think they have a
you got
heavy
to start him.
rotation though.
Yeah, they're going to definitely have a rotation, but I think they're going to use Kinlaw more so at that in technique position to give that more
That
beef on the run
five.
game.
That
Yeah.
five.
He only
Mhm.
he
We'll
only
see.
7.5 against the cap, man.
Yeah, but next year go up to like 19 and
Yeah.
then like
yeah.
18 after that.
And then the
So
third year we have it out with only $5 million dead cap. So it's really a 2-year deal for
Yeah.
$26
mhm.
million. 2-year, $26 million,
Mhm.
which ultimately, you split that in half. You're looking
Bro,
at
John Allen was only 290.
weight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw
Sound
that
about
earlier.
right.
Somebody was like he was on like 290.
Sound about right.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because Newton ain't that big. I don't think neither one of him or Payne is over 300.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we need some hogs.
We got pass rushy guys, man. We
Yeah,
have
they
that.
all. I
We
mean,
don't have no. We don't
but
have no
they.
tub
I hope they
stoppers.
bring back Sheldon Day.
That's what Payne was supposed to be.
He was a good spark off the
But
bench.
Payne got in that contract. Yeah, they was like, man, look, you want to get paid,
Man, what?
and he never went back. He just did keep trying to get sacks.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
he
So,
not
said
what
he
it
straight
is.
up field with it.
Yeah,
Payne and Allen are supposed to be
they
your run
gotta
stopper.
they gotta get it. They gotta man
They
Whitman.
were
Yeah, he was
supposed
Who's
to
the
supposed to
D
be
be.
line
they
coach?
were just
Who's the
supposed to
D
be a
line coach?
dominant duo, coach. Like run
Oh,
stop and pass
Wichita was the
rushing. They
D
were
line
just supposed to be a
coach.
dominant duo, and they
And they
just
only
never
had
did
1
it.
year of dominance together.
Yeah.
2021, I think it was.
Like for all of
So
them first round picks we had, bro, we
But
never saw it. We
you
Did
know,
never
they ever?
seen
I
it
don't think did they
come
mesh
to
well
fruition.
together, like off the field. Like did they ever like? I don't think I've ever like with the whole group. Like was odd, but did they ever hang out?
I
Also,
think
Yeah,
honestly,
I think Sweat was dating Chase Peoples. So
yeah.
I know Sweat and Chase was tight.
I'm
But
talking
that's about
about
it. I don't think Deron and not really. I think they just went to Alabama and hit it. I don't think they was really
Yeah,
rocking with each other like
I think they
because Ja was always on
work
family
buddies
stuff.
type of thing.
Hmm. I would have loved to see AP get a year or DQ get a year with that line that we used to have. I think it. I mean, I think it could have gone a little bit different potentially, but
Oh,
things happen the way they happen, and
there
I
you
I
go.
can't. You can't. I'm happy for the direction that this team's going. You got to thank Ron for being so incompetent for building a team because he's given you a lot of gifts on his way out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the way you got to look at it: is his incompetency to draft. You have Jahan's out the door. Uh, Forbes is out
That's
the
what he
door.
should have got Vita
Ron
Vea.
did what he was Ron
Davis
did
out
what
the
he was
door.
supposed to do, man. He cleaned up, man.
He cleaned up. Yep, he got us right
He
where
the
we needed to be.
best janitor transition coach you could have, man.
He
Oh,
got us right where
1,000%.
we needed to be. Shout out to
1,000%.
Ron.
Shout out to Ron for JD5.
For sure.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really do much thus far. Even our biggest move of the offseason wasn't even free agency. It was Tunsil through a trade.
Yeah, Debo trade.
Yeah, you get the sense that AP really don't like this free agency class. To your point,
this
Coach.
a guy that we know covets the draft, loves to have 8 to 10 picks in any given draft, right? So
and he's touted as one of the best talent evaluators the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's not just him; it's Lance too. Lance is held in high regards as well, and he right there with him. So you probably got two people that's like, yeah, bro, we just not seeing it. We just not seeing it. And again, man,
the thing is, somebody said I saw somebody say the quote like, we have more hoes than picks, which is a truth. We got 5 picks and we got a lot of stuff to address. So it's gonna be interesting to see what AP ends up doing.
I mean, even with those picks, it's not going to be fillers. Mm-hmm. I mean, you might pick a position that's a hole, but don't mean that 6th round pick going to fill that hole.
Fill the hole.
Right. So it's really more than that. Like you probably double that number.
Yeah, this wasn't the draft. This wasn't the draft to do that. This isn't the draft of the offseason to fill the holes that you had this offseason. There's things that you can get pieces that can kind of mask it. But you're not going to get there's Tunsil's your blue chipper. You hit on Hendrickson, you bring him in. There's your next blue chipper that you have as your pieces to say, okay, we can reload with what we got and run him back. You bring in, I mean, you trade one. We've already drafted one player. We drafted Debo. There's your draft pick. There's your 5th round draft pick right there. So I'd rather take Debo than any other rookie that's coming out of that draft. I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
Most rookies, not any rookie. But
you think he's cooked?
I think he's
any rookie you get on day 3. Any rookie you get on day 3 for sure.
I think Debo going. I think he might be our best outside of Jade. He might be our best offensive player next year, bro.
No, I think with
overall,
the motivation of the year he had, everything that's been, the noise surrounding his brand, and everything like that, and just the scheme fit, like it. Not having Purdy throwing the ball is going to allow.
Who's Purdy? 6 feet, maybe. Like,
I'm not
but also Slim.
At worst, I see 800 all-purpose and 7 touchdowns.
Well, to be honest with you, you know how most people say he had he was washed, he had a bad season. If you look at, I think you guys have seen this tweet. If you look at what he was doing before he got pneumonia, he actually was on pace for a really good year. Had he kept that pace going, he would have. That pace was headed toward 1,300 yards of a season, total yards, passing and receiving. I mean, receiving and rushing, right? Total yards, 1,300. So if he didn't get sick, maybe we're having a whole different conversation. And also, maybe Debo's value is much higher than a 5th round pick. So low key, you can look at it like, that pneumonia that he got, that sickness was a blessing for him and us, because it got him out of the San Francisco, and it enabled us to get him for relatively inexpensive. And I agree with you. I think he's going to cook next season because he's not washed whatsoever.
I mean, that just comes with people. Like he's been a polarizing guy since he got in the league. Nobody really. You either really, really like Debo or you really don't like Debo. It's not too many people that sit in the middle that's kind of just like, oh, yeah, he's... So I just think that comes with the territory of, he had some I think last year probably was his worst year with drops. And then like from a optics wise, you got to think that the previous year was the year where I don't want to be the wide back no more. I want to prove that I could be a true outside wide receiver. So then folks ain't going to give you the benefit of the doubt of having them on you. Folks just see that you ain't Pro Bowl or pro level production. And it's just, and then a lot of people lazily say, oh, well, his style of play is the reason why y'all are going to continue to get a diminished asset. And it's just like, bro, like, there's no way you can see what we did with Noah Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Jamison Crowder and try to get me to feel down about getting Debo. Like, it's just no way.
I will say he's going to have to prove me wrong. Like, he's going to have to prove me wrong when it comes to him separating versus man. He will have to prove me wrong on that.
He's not going to prove you wrong, Coach, because like
I was going to say he might not prove you wrong on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
with Debo, Terry, and Jaden, teams going to have to run a lot more zone against us.
But that's why I want to give me a third receiver.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree.
Me too.
We need that third receiver.
Yeah, like I don't think none of us
up the cliff because he's just not a man beater, Coach. Like we just know that the route, his type of routes. Like if he's gonna beat man, he's beating man with physicality. To say the way AJ beats man, he's not beating man with separation. That's just not. I won't even put that expectation on him to leave myself room for
MOB. MOB the most hated. Look at Kayla. Look how Kayla lifted up. She been on MOB head, bro.
She readjusted the earphones on her.
She been on MOB head, bro.
Getting up tackles, getting a Debo, drafting a receiver. That's not
we putting Jaden on Tunsil back now. Like that boy about to be sitting in the pocket chilling. I can't.
I don't think we talked about that earlier.
No,
Isaiah and Kate. We don't think B-Rod really have any value, man. Eckler definitely ain't got no value. If anything, I won't be surprised they move off of him.
Eckler.
Yeah, but
and it's only because of the injuries, the concussions and stuff, and just because like as great as Eckler was, number one, you part of the problem in the NFC Championship game. You put the ball on the ground, so I'm already on your head top for that. And number two, I just seen like when people were saying Eckler wash, like I knew he would be productive, but I thought he still had some juice. He don't have no burst left.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. I think he did quite the opposite. I think he proved last season that he wasn't washed. He obviously got a concussion, but those kick returns or whatever they was, like you got to have juice to do that.
But
I feel like,
I'm saying the old Eckler takes that to the crib. He's not getting caught.
Oh yeah,
the play. I think
he's lost
a couple of screens that he caught that he was getting. The old San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers Eckler is not getting caught on them screens. Like that's touchdown.
He is
you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying he's definitely not washed from an overall production, but it just lost that little bit of step that made him that home run.
I can agree with that.
I also think them not using C-Rob more when B-Rob was hurt also kind of hurt.
Yes,
like he told him, look, I ain't trying to run that rock like that.
Yeah,
like he told him. In the whole season, he trying to run like that, but I think that
C-Rod was giving us a spark. I really don't know why Cliff wasn't using him more.
I think so. I think
like whoever. I'm just talking about the Eckler part.
Oh yeah. C-Rod is. I think C-Rod is really a good runner, and he could very well be our best just natural runner of the football in our room right now. I just think McNichols is clearly our best pass pro running back that you're going to find more opportunities for him to get on the field than a C-Rod.
I was just disappointed in B-Rob as a totality of how he plays the game of football, for how big he is. He's not truly
dancing too much.
He wasn't seeking contact.
Yeah, after that injury, he just thought he was dancing more. He was cutting back and all that.
Imagine me being in another fan. I forget whose space I was in. But I'm talking to other fans and they're telling me that B Rob's this downhill, north and south runner. I'm saying like, well, we trying to see him run north and south. The boy always
Right.
I
running
mean, he was
jump
doing it
cut.
at the beginning of the year when he was
He
cooking. Like
was
he
jump
was,
cut into the back of people
but
all
now,
game.
I'm like, bro, run the rock. Like, forget trying to get to the outside. Like, bro, that one play you got, that like, don't
Look at his
expect those,
vision.
bro. Like, just
Vision's
run up. Don't keep trying to bounce it up. But yeah, man, you about to get
He's
out of
in
here,
Montgomery.
man. Kayla, you want to drop your handle, Kayla?
No, I want to say his vision is terrible too. That's all.
Oh, she was talking about B-Rock. No, I'm talking about your pod, your handle. You want to drop your handle?
Okay. Catch me, BT and Caleb on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Usually seven between 7 and 9 p.m. on YouTube X. Called Command Time because it's never the Eagles time. For sure, not the Cowboys time. Definitely not the Giants time. But it's always our time.
Fire.
Coach.
Thanks for having us on,
yeah.
Deuce.
Yeah, no problem.
man,
Coach, you want to drop your
always a
handle, Coach?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Coach Dwayne C. I mean, when I'm not sitting there on the football field and trying to put these kids in college, I'm talking Commanders football.
Love it.
Oh man, Jay.
Yeah, just Jason. You know what I'm saying? So I think my handle on Twitter is JDMV _JDMV. So
DMV, and
that's
y'all
what it
already
is.
know who Slim is. We actually appreciate y'all for coming on, man. What comment, Isaiah? What comment you talking about? This one? No, we answered that, bro. He keep putting. Did you read my comment? Did you read my comment?
Yeah.
Look, do this, Isaiah. Call our hotlines. You got an issue with us not reading.
Yeah, put it in the complaint box.
Put it in the complaint box. Call this number, man, if you want to crash out about what the Commanders are doing, what they're not doing, whatever it is you want to talk about. Put it on the hotline. We're going to play it on the air, and we're going to talk about it. 202-525-7284. Somebody about to say something?
Yeah, C4 all day. If y'all in the DMV, y'all watch this high school football. Y'all in Virginia, you just know C4 is about to run Northern Virginia this coming season. You heard?
Well,
We gonna keep an eye out on C4.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody that's listening, watching, we know your time is very valuable for you to spend with us. We appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.